Kinto, I see. Boss about you, ma. What am I touch na yasomo. Jumadi, and you make Kobiada Roma, and what do you want to see Cassiasna, yasomo. Also, a home crime be. Babu sa yansa Kanian Fansha Koduasi. Yadi si Kania Diasumane strain, Elinti, Jumadia Woody and Fabrana, Yamahunda Roman. Nature Skakakra, Naman Fons Wuni Power ye. Nanyan Faso, Enyasika, Efagubotum, na on mine and Chisianso, and Tumpon, and Krenim. Anra, and this is for your demonstration. What shall say ye dedo kroma sir? They are marching for justice for Nipabia. One more film our Ghana Omontiasie. Now march for justice no one some among for kasa yaso omon premane maso. Now suppose for crowd bakoko say. When we said in university no and this for demonstration ye. Ache na post for and this for say. Wobema kwan na demonstration abaso ampa. Enwa no pano do sase. Wo mo sase konipa ba miansa na numpa na bobo wa. Bobo no num no frefra manfo ase o mama agro na yagu. Eti bobo no nkro nipa kakra beka ho a. Wo mo kwasia mu adwo ma che kakra. Wo mo do mo petition ni kopie mo e wo Jubilee House. Emma perfuache di bi kopie mo Parliament House. Emma petition mo je. Na 8-page of points and now we deliver here one more adequate performance omushe na wonum enye eno so ensemo a na e wa bie na this for demonstration is successful na onsu hu ne sen ena ade da tosu mienu a edra killings no committee no egusu a wonum eye adwuma dendenden omugusu om frefra manfo no a Asante Regional Minister Simon Osemense kopie mu ho de onim fa dwuma die ne mu no wono so ade tudwa manfo na perfuo say 1.2 million and ene omoya Ghana fo a yetimi a vaccinate womo with a vaccine so eba krom ha no ene report nso a eba ye ka bie anopai ede akyeremo a ye bobo so a oreka no for reta finance minister say $28 million loan and on my table ede ma MP say ombetimi ede atokas na omonso de adwuma ede aboa Ghana fo a ene so enkomo ede ha na enei COVID-19 ni ba no what say ene yare bi so pejanitia and data variant and data strain how do I cost mpenfo say you observe protocol so be yare no intimate na no pay yeni nkomo be sima be duko aduonu ko be aduasa na yentwe nkomo bi ansa na ya hye dwumedi ne kase na se ye no pene kase pa na ebobonko afa enema wo a ekoso ene asoye a ye fe no NCA NIA National Identification Authority na yene wono mo emonkomo ene anopai ansana ene Wednesday crap nana otie tosu kokobin the second nana ebetra se Richard Boadu PPP kasamafo enafe chairman Kofi Owusu Omar ono so GCPP original chair in Ashanti region wa ha anopai yene wono mo ebebo enkomo na me ofa Professor Kenatefa anopai baby obi anso nchia kase enkoma no wona NIA wadano na special aid esu ha no pay yene no ebobon nkomo na die NIA fo eye trimupo a yereti NIA dwumadie patepa aban hye wo mo a wonum die eho nkomo anopai yebetwetwe na ya hase de ensem no ebekwa kowie na Dr. Hassan Adam ewa ha doc Martin
Abu etsen
mtubibi ni kona nimu yima na mente voice ye pa good bibi aboko na so enkan ye
boko
opene nu bie ni radio station ahene power gas no went me amebe on obi anu no opene we de ye mon komo kakra na NIA bi obi kra na bi first time kra what NIA ni ase be ya.
Okay, so medal say abupra na bi kan no me e wo say di nase ene aseda e mo twedi ampon yankopon na yada iwra otumfo Asante Mahene ene Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ene na be di chiri His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena ebeda Chairman Wontumi Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP. Any MPP for more Ghana yina any Asante Mahene me papa Professor Kenneth Atifo or that NIA and also Yedanase and Ebechia no and also any Chema Wontumi any Wontumi radio station, any TV station staff nyina ye beda mase na ya chia mo
Wontumi radio
nyamensa e wa santima any Ghana ha bia. So that is the first I would start with. NIE webisa a National Identification Authority, and Oshe history no NIE started somewhere in the 70s. A champion a shall say Kobepe so identification register Amagana Fonina. This has been on the table for over decades. Now I say former president J. Kufuor and start here and all day CEO position no Emma Professor Kenneth Atefua and Chibiane free aban so now if free aban so NDC EBD be 8 years ewa bemu, and throughout the 8 years of NDC on in government no ebe on say for the entire 8 years period no MPP NDC for me register nipa I think 4,554,528 nipa na NDC for etimi register, and out of this 4,554,000 no omutimi print cards 2,719,425 cards no omutimi print here. And after this printing, no mutimi issue card, no mutimi the cost 900,000 per NMR Ghana for. So cards are more printed 2 million no crown. Or more intimi and nyina, which are only 900,000 to Ghanaians. That was from 2009 to 2016 NDC for the free abem. So this is the record. Within this short period, NIE a mandate almost like a first registration exercise in September 2017. I come His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a co-register and then the NIE card emano. Now from that time to now, under Professor Kenneth Atefua, you are registered NIPA 15,581,283 Ghanaians and they register on this.
With the exception of NDC, they are registered.
NDC, they are registered. I'll come back to the specifics of the differences in the registration exercises of the NDC and the registration exercises of the MPP. That is to say, omo card are omo issue, and a number of things are different, far different from the ASSA. Upgrade the system no from that time to the current regime. So under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Professor Kenneth Atefua, just within 4 years, you register 15,581 Ghanaians, and out of these registered persons, you printed cards 15,562,483, and then cards are issued. 13,946,371. So this is a big one. This is a great deal, and it was achieved. The record must be set that this was achieved under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, under the supervision of Professor Kenneth Atefua. Within 4 years and within 8 years, we can compare the records of who is competent and who is incompetent, so far as this whole thing is concerned. Now, Osha cards are and our NDC no cards are more registered now. It's just a 2D, like a formal the old driving license. This is a dual interface card issue amount for currently. And then that time, NDC time, no, the card, the size, that's the storage capacity of the card was only about 2 kilobytes. Currently, the storage capacity of the card, I must say, no, is 128 kilobytes, meaning it can save or store a lot of things on it. So these are the differences so far as NIE is concerned. And you can also ask, why NIE?
Now, before then, until the NDC for register and still active, you may use the
to me use.
Okay.
But during registration, that time you could like registration, but cast name mother.
Okay.
Very well. During registration, NDC for card now, or the back call. Because your bio details have already been captured.
All right.
So the back call, or the car now you new card amount. So NDC's card no any acts any law yeah they set NDC card no different because you can realize say before this NIA card no you limit reader document I be register no, with only I think passport and birth certificate. But NDC form return will be the NHIS card cry then you could use your driver's license as the main document to prove your nationality. When we came to power, your friend is in parliament, that is Professor Kenneth for supersede the what is the name, the amendment of an act of parliament or the law the new one so that at least a bear crojin because come on, people from different nationalities are also able to acquire the NHIS card, and this is something to confirm your identity. So we had to make sure that it is only Ghanaian, or even if there is a possibility of an error, the margin of error no be kakrebi intina ye de koy acts na ye de sa call parliament no SAE sa capping be a hono because NDC form so no you cannot register someone who is 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. It starts from age 6. So it is during this time now, the new Act of Parliament, no amendments now course on the call age 0. So you could register from age 0 to infinity, and very soon announcements will be made on time age 0 for no to age 14 for no be then you be on mass registration. You realize say mass registration now
101.3 Wontumi radio nyamensa
obebusa say emfaso ben na obi benya say obinya NIE card now e Ghana ni kura no emfaso ben denti kwa na yese wonya NIE card.
Very well. So NIE card no OTD now almost say National Identification Card or the National Identification Authority. Oko krubia so a ye call amanonia or more cards are or a tracer like or mine like a citizen of the country. So that is the main thing about NIE, because it is about identification, to identify you as a Ghanaian. That is 1. 2, you are non-Ghanaians and so are or more with the exception of diplomats. Any friend is saying diplomatic, those on diplomatic missions, you're more NIE card. But we a foreigner now bet na Ghana, now bet na Ghana for more than 3 months. You need to acquire an identity card. Except that you bet try and now we bet indicate your nationality on the card. So if your card now, your identity card now, we be ECOWAS on one side, then you also see what is the name, your Ghana flag on the other side. We are Nigerian, you know, but not Ghana. You could acquire, you have to by law acquire the NIE card to identify yourself as a non-Ghanaian but citizen in what, but a resident in what?
Ghana.
In Ghana, for the purposes of identification. That is first. Now acquire an NIE card no ehon faso ye bebre. Ye ba abansu no sa ye abenmu no, this same act of parliament I declare no esa make sure say ye be merge NIE card no acquire the same as ECOWAS card a be free passport for all Ghanaians to travel from across of West Africa without having to have acquire an ECOWAS card or a passport. BJ di say new biana a passport and before you can move from one country to the other, you must be able to provide a pass. That's why we say it's a passport. So at the port, you show it, then you pass. NIE card serves as a passport for Ghanaians across or within the West African sub-region. It's all NIE card now. Right now, as it stands, Professor Kenneth Atifua has been able to successfully lobby and then make sure say ya merge NIE card no with the ECOWAS card no just as a single card, so that you don't have to carry a Ghana card and an ECOWAS card, which should have been the case. But now we have that card. That is one. Into our NIE card, with media travel across of West Africa without any difficulty. That is one. The current one is also about the integration exercise and harmonization exercise ECOSO with the various agencies. For example, Osha NIE card, say yeah, they are not very well abreast with digital or technology. So mostly there is a high incidence of mobile money fraud on them. There is a current harmonization process between the NIE and the telcos. NIE card, obiade the NIE card, ebe register for his SIM card. So you cannot have a SIM card NIE card or an identity of the person is not attached.
Okay.
So if the identity of the person is attached, let's just say obia obe fraud and a number be I be fraud and I better still message a fraud ubiano, we can trace the person and then get the person. So the incidence of mobile money fraud would come down. And as I'm speaking, this discussion on harmonization with the telcos is happening and it's going on. So that is one importance of NIE card. If you go to Electoral Commission, EC, during voting, a number of occasions we spend a lot of money, huge chunks of money for registration of voters. Time no so I spend this cabibri the register Ghanaians omombe to aba. It is very important because election is very important in our democratic credentials. You cannot do democracy without voting. Wontumi democracy. You cannot practice democracy without election. Yet election also has some of its challenges. The money you spend on registration, which could be used for the development of the country. So right now, dear question is say within the next 4 years, we are hoping say you be capture obia on this. And as we have the identity, do you have to spend extra huge sums of money? Skabibri, Edekoye, is it what's the name? Register new people periodically. Look at the stress involved. Uye Jumobe Jawe Juma could line so acquire registration too. During voting, no, sometimes there is a lot of problems, misunderstanding, and tokwa, choka, is wire, we Ganani, we Ganani, we the 18 years, we only 18 years. With the coming of NIE card, this issue of citizenship has been resolved because NIE card. Not just a Ghana, nobody can challenge you. That is one. Two,
okay.
From the beginning, with date of birth has been captured, and this will be with you for life. And you say, new NIE card. No, or bio data has been captured, so it's going to be with you for life. So your date of birth is captured from day one, from childhood, and it will be with you throughout your life. So the issue of when the 18 years, no, doesn't come up during what registration. Two, Oko passport, acquisition of passport, SNET, some of these institutional. Currently, we did SNET and our NIE and SNET harmonization process. No, started somewhere last week or last 2 weeks. You just have to provide your NIE card. Forms here, sometimes so 30 minutes now fill forms no. Ninina asube den ebecha. What will happen is you just give your NIE card, they pick all your bio detail that is needed at that particular moment because NIE will everything about you. So within 2, 3, 5 minutes, actually, why your program every year. So this is the importance, and we emphasize NIE card. Last year September and November thereabouts, 9th thereabouts, you merge NIE with National Health Insurance card. So you don't have to carry a National Health Insurance card. In crowd National Health Insurance card, any NIE card. If you have your NIE card, now I have that harmonization process. No code no, you just merge the two, and what will happen is you can use your NIE card. So I register on National Health Insurance. With me do NIE card, I could hospital no, not you're free. So these are some of the numerous importance of having NIE card, and it is important. Say right now, people are talking about security. NIE card has the bio details, including fingerprints of everyone. If all of us have watched CSI Miami, CSI Las Vegas, crime scene investigation, it's me pick your fingerprints. Who DOD sardine, Saboneno. Inti se obi ebedi boni o baby. Now you benya a trace of fingerprints of that person. Yet me pick a fingerprint of that person by forensic investigators, you will be organa ha. You could use that fingerprints no. At the matchy only fingerprints now bank now you NHI database system no. Then you can trace the person. So this is something we are doing, and then in a bit of a time by the end of the year to next year, we can have this harmonization process happening. Driver's license will be a thing of the past. NHIS card would be a thing of the past. SNIT card will be a thing of the past. All these cards are sometimes IB or your wallet would be a thing.
And I think merging with the SNIT card, I think the process where I would test some code be a follow process now.
Exactly.
You can
so the harmonization process is starting from now It started last week or last 2 weeks, and it is ending by the end of the year.
Okay.
So from January going, so within this time to the end of the year, you have it to do the merging. So if you have your SNIT number or your SNIT card, you just go through the process. I'll give the short code before I leave here. You go through the process, you do the harmonization process, and then you are good. You don't need to show your SNIT card or whatever again. Okay. Only the Ghana card is enough for you.
That's your vision. Your vision to complete value-added, integrated, multi-sectoral and multi-purpose national identity system through the innovative use and application of information and communication technology to facilitate the social, economic, and political development of Ghana. Are you in line with this vision?
Exactly. So, for example, if you take, this is the integration process we do. You talk about political development of the country. I've spoken about elections. Voter card, that is voters card, ID card. Do you have to spend a lot of money in producing new voter ID cards every 4 years or periodically? No. When you come to the registration exercise itself, do you have to spend a lot of time? Now we have your biodata. Do you have to be challenging people, citizens, unnecessarily or necessarily? It doesn't matter. Now it's not a problem again in our political dispensation with the advent of NIE. You get it? It's not a problem again with NIE. Do you have to be challenging the age? Obe challenges away the 18 years and now win the 18 years. It's not going to happen because you have the biodata of the persons. So this is basically for the political. Social, come on, when you have a lot of cards, then there is a problem with you. If you have one card and it can serve a lot of purposes, then it's fine. Crime too has to do with our social life, security. When this NIA comes into system, we are also integrating with the security agencies, so that there is any crime, we are able to use the database or the national single source of truth to ascertain those who committed those crime. That is okay. Economically, it will save the cost. Of course, SNIT. Last week we were at the Ministry of Information Meet the Press. Of course, SNIT for AU spending on the printing of cards. The cards now SNIT for printing. So this is going to save the country huge sums of money. The same applies to NHIS. Last year, November, the NHIS told us Ghanaians the amount of money they spend on printing cards. Now, National Identification System under the learned Professor Kenatifo is going to make sure that this is not happening.
Mami for nkwachi kakra now kase you bet me the national insurance card no ameji with the NIE card. Yeah. We say Ghana hanu so bi kura national insurance card afibia no renew. In this case no drew ha you be renew card no yearly after say you merge it together no.
Yeah. So what will happen is you do it yearly. So NIA has your friend is saying NIA, you set up regional and district offices across the country. And then National Health Insurance already has regional and district offices across the country. Obekwa renew or your friend is saying what is the name? Is it National Health Insurance Office? Okay. Renew or National Health Insurance Office now. With time, what will happen is they would have a device, or there will be a device because there is harmonization. Renewal, it will be captured on the database of NIE, so it will be captured.
It said you will need you on the phones with me a test short code now renew without card no credit in channel.
Yes, exactly. So you don't have to necessarily go first night the sticker be at Tari. Right now we don't do that. So you can do that, and once it is done or it is renewed, then it would automatically harmonize or integrate with, because now they are together very well.
Matter getting the person. I'm going to register with the NIE card.
Okay, so you started first. Your friend is saying the first phase which was the mass registration Nipa targeted the Nipa targeted basically about 18 million.
18
million Ghanaians. That was from 15 years and above. First phase near 15 years and above. It is now that we're going to do 0 to 15 years. But 15 years and above, you're targeting 18 million. Now 18 million now you're targeting, your target on the 80 million, so you're 84 80%, I'm sorry. So out of the 80 million, you bet me 80% I register. God being so good, out of the 80%, you say 50,554,000 na mekano. 84% of the 80% na target here. So we've even exceeded our target for the mass registration. We've done a lot of mop-up, and when the district offices and the regional offices are being set up, you can go there at any time, present the important and relevant document so that you'll be registered.
Okay, that's it. For any Dr. Hassan Adam, and a Bonkomo defense and international politics analysis, measuring in regionalism and integration. We're a member of the communication team also for the Ashanti Regional Youth. That's good. Mami phone ko chikakra na here ora Professor Kenneth Atifa be a month or two, and I say one sister station OKFM or grant interview. But let me say question. Simbia no yi anu host no ebusa no I think say taking into political space among for call it the head of the head of him minim asem ne ba no prof or fasem ne say na I want some question say.
Okay, so me the first of all the mechanic say it's quite distressing. So maybe, and we understand the frustration of, let's say, the party people. So it's quite distressing. So obey campaign and maybe also contribute to your quota to the winning of the party. Now, party number power, no maybe sometimes so that is understandable. But it is also important say you refer to Professor Kenatefwa medium because Bibini see any bisa Professor Kenatefwa asem and oyi sa asem no ano and I all address the issue. What happened was that or address the issue no and a binom I'm sorry a kate video no and a Professor Atefwa response no mo kate from one part to the other part. So see that part now you may not necessarily understand Professor Kenatefwa, and I understand the soldiers and the party people for that. But interview now, you would understand the context at which Professor Kenatefwa ekasai. There is any. You best start mass registration, and I best start mass registration. Omu recruit to Nipa be quite over 1,000 for the field registration. Omu free one region to the other. Yakai. Na omu drew constituency bia na yaeden yasafa. But Omar trained that staff no well, and they have been moving from region to region, constituency to constituency, or district to district to register people. So mass registration away, contracts nina ewu. Now NIA has to set an office. NIA has to set an office in a district, meaning every district must have an office or constituency must have an office, and then every region must also have a regional office. At the same time, NIA has to register. NIA has to distribute cards, and then the third one is NIA has to recruit permanent employees who would be working in that district. Mr. Abupra, so unfa only officer obetimi afa obi ejuma.
I don't think so.
On set up officer obetimi ama obi ejuma. It's not possible. So NIA under Professor Kenatefwa taught it this way. As the recruitment process is about to commence, that is to say, Ombeko through selection interview and entrance exams. When so nye NIA in we a public service commission in So as this is about to go on, Professor Kenatefwa has to set up the offices in the various districts and regions. And by so doing, who would set up the various offices in the regions and districts? Is it those or apply for a Juman or set up offices now? Certainly no. So I was say NIA rely on and I fall on Nincrophone na on your moshas from the beginning. No, the moving from one district, from one region to the other. They have been with NIA for a very long time. So in terms of experience and strategic guidance, no, almost say NIA for say more than everyone as the recruitment process is about to commence. Obra, yeah, you know, selection interviews are ongoing for the DROs. I mean the district registration officers.
Okay.
So this was what NIA did. Then, unfortunately, NIA deploy some staff now odi kind of to the various constituencies and our districts. There were agitation, a number of agitation. And no, your friend Professor Kenatefoa or addressed that issue. No. But in any way, he still had the MPP station. Do we expect Professor Kenatefoa to sit on radio to say me MPP for Kwaejuma? It's a question to you. Do we expect Professor Kenatefoa, even if or for MPP for Ejuma, do we expect him to sit on radio to give that communication to Ghanaians? I don't think it is proper.
Okay.
For me, I don't think it is proper. It will cost us as a party.
Okay.
So Professor Kenatefoa cannot sit on radio, and we shouldn't expect him to sit on radio, with the greatest respect, to say me fagana for Ejuma. But it is quite also unfortunate, say, people who should have known better, respectfully, people who should know or who know that near Professor Kenatefoa Kayano, it was within a certain context, would come and then be inciting the party, people or foot soldiers against the man. But me as a person, as a youth, upcoming, and I'm politics, it is important say
okay.
Say eba. Yenso ye aspire to become leaders one day. Yet na sene Emma penyi bi edin say yenso posterity may not be well honest. You get my point of view? Because we shouldn't do that. And I would plead, say
personally, Prof. Hanepano taking is one of those things.
Okay, so you see, for me, what I can say is I'm not in the heart or mind of Prof. But what I can say is one of the persons or leading in this whole thing about inciting of the people. We have to set the record straight. Okoshe news portals and Okoshe record more. Since Professor Kenatefoa was made the NIA boss, he has always called for the head of Professor Kenatefoa, and it's on record. This is not something in denial. It's a public record that what the contract, what the contract, or NIA, but unfortunately, the company no and we need that what contracts no. You get my point of view. And since that, he's been bitter, and wherever he finds the opportunity, he wants to call for the head of the man. And he was like, okay, the man should be fired and whatever. Come on. Are we sacrificing competence for our personal interests? Come on, I don't think so.
Okay.
For me, what I would say is to the youth, any party for you say, we must not forget that the record that we use to judge some today is the record that the future will judge us with tomorrow.
Okay.
To pass anyone a poison chalice is to put to our lips. You get my point of view. We must be just whenever an issue arises.
All right, Doctor. Yeah, that's a one or two things that you want to add up.
Basically, the mechanism, Madam say, any youth, youth are major, omubuefuno. Recruitment process no and start say after na air course and nipa na or yedi omo call the various districts no, they are not permanent employees of NIE. The difference is that San Crawford and Ase nipa no, they have been with NIE for a very long time from the beginning, and this is a public knowledge. Say, na NIE was staff beer or they are moving from region to region.
Okay.
So in order to set up the district offices, it fell on them as the recruitment process is ongoing, and that is what I would only say.
Okay.
And then so they should calm down and then understand it within the proper context. Say this hasn't been what's happened, and then someone decided to deliberately tweak the issue because of the problem or with Professor Kenneth Atefo. Now, Professor Kenneth Atefo, the record speaks for itself. Maka, throughout the 8 years of NDC, they did only 4 million. 2 million were printed and 900,000 was what issued or were issued. Professor Kenneth Atefo, within the matter of or less than 4 years, it's may register over 15,500,000, issued over 50 million, printed over 50 million, and issued over 13 million.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan. Yamin Shopa, concern now the Nchaka Siakoma, Professor Kenneth Atefo. Yet I say, Ubai now, Abonko, Yamin Found Kudru, Asum Jim.
Amen.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
It was for Yane, Dr. Hassan Adam, Ena Abonko. NPP Ashanti Regional Youth member of the party is a special aid to Professor Ken Atefo, Defense International politics analyst, and also majoring in regionalism and integration. And pay yeneno abon komona oni atwetwe nsemadua ekoso enso ewaha enti yegusu a yedidim komo nana tenase ena afei mia menua Chairman Kofi Usuma enso atenase Richard Bodu enso ha dia ka no yento aso issues bebre ewa ha yibe discuss spark healthcare prostate problems na otu ase afei diabetes, hypertension, sexual weakness and infertility. Spark healthcare Omojuma omoyano no na oduma ngoma so afani afie ho ena soye no ewo ko ho na empenfo intimi mu 024164 1415 0241 64 1415 na no spark for intimi emo enkomo ene anopanya mianim nukrani omodi mfidia ba omosa amanfo yarewa fra 0503 440286 so na ne Dr. Nkasa na no pedie kan se Ghana bam e odwa so wa wuti oya waposu bi eya nantema proper juba krodo so bi kwa na wo so a wonamani sansan Ghana bam eye ho adwuma pa etimi se efie bia mo ese munya Ghana bam ho na mo so ye adansefo e wodre ho Miss Eba Colonel Fred Mens Hagme Danny Heba ne apedank nyina obenya bi eto 024475 4380 024475 4380 na eni wo mo nkomo 21st clinic of course the expert in sciatica to asetwetwe ayo ya pains pa ena ofemu 21st clinic sebra womu di mfidia eya kwa no mu adwuma a ebe yade na pie na ache wedura yemfama doctor for na nurse for mo so ye adwuma ye pa womu no mti omo brom ho ase ena ye adwuma 21st clinic amanfo ko adansidie kase okọ ho a lab awdo nya womu ye scan awdo nya womu renda massage ene machine treatment quarter ewurawura ni paduanum no papa no wodi aba branches no dosom Accra Dome Market have do building num enwom wo Kumasi anwa overseas wa ufri Alpha Radio ha wonuma enie sunyane techman go so ene sehwe 21st can from wo ahomabofo so 0540 311311 0540 311311 Victory Garlic Mixture person moja dia frusani ye na ubeno fat na cholesterol na emansumu confusion ya mo ya ntimi ma no Victory Garlic Mixture na pay me kanfu bi e dia ma Ghana fana ba bia heba pharmacy shop bia ben bia o se open Victory Garlic Mixture na obenya bia to na boa pa fresh 201 29 3480 201 29 3280 na oni Victory for emon komo Chairman Kofi Usuma morning. Bibi aboko there.
Nda bibi anya boko kra.
Asembe na to.
Abu
101.3
Saturday no.
Nyame nsa wo.
Minya accident ma meta aya.
Obi na di bom na de kopem here.
Obi na edi bom abobo ya phobia. A severe accident pa.
Oh,
seriously.
Esi yo infa.
Ejuso. Sana metima ejuso.
Oh, kafra.
It's
beyond repair and ultimate repair can be.
Oh, very repair a cow boom papa
kafra
and Uncle Crabacoda Prempe order emergency.
Hey,
and then none boop him a Cassanifa.
Hey, and I said we're serious now. What can I say? Me first time I meet you.
At that tune so and run a discharge your mom's and yeah, as some kitwa.
Oh, shh. But I kafra more from
yeah. abonye enti ya enubu ha any kwase their politics, especially you see say open power now they are used to the system no open say what the enti because of your power or painting no it doesn't help this nation. Abu on pragia motoa mua omudie okada ene aboboya yenim se ni a means of transport meboa but nana na betima correct me your system no omu kwan ana se eso musu di traffic so say the car di
asema okay da bia betrans me kasa asemu okada fo ne praga fo omu ndi traffic so omu nam kwa so na say de no omu ni so omu timi kwa koduru ba bia traffic light ni si no eno ko be so omu move kra
omu twam
serious o eso obi edi so asema me tabisa sa asema no okay
horrible sana terrible saying horrible because you see and me o to me no ene so we need taku ana simpo da butum na ho den na otimi ko ba da nyame ase nyame ka ase ento obi power pena me na okada na pragya also what the president the one put things in place
the last week as say no sa no so kra no okoto se okada bi amu enkonya accident me de can be so nyina ma me shop em so and opem so kwa na me chia no because many abre na me chia no abu you see say me Ghana say your politics your politics say in previous obi tiba bi o hwe otum say ye pese Ghana ko nanim as o mine ye nu ne ko fa ayelolo bai ayelolo na ni system no meboa e ba ne bas e ba ne kwan ya nya ne kwan meboa ayelolo beti e betu samuto ne we wa meboa but so dwene se pragia na we nu ade na wo ka se obemomu your friends say amomo ya djuma amo ya djumatum se ti transporter tum wa momu kwan abu ya ti ada bia ne de ye enye na nado Danko Akufo-Addo, a president of this nation, and the wise person as a friend say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Odi Omu Etachi as your friend say, special initiative of Hawa Kumsin. They make out say, ambulance going. We are talking about idea. Abu ye home health system move Ghana. So if say ababi ba no nya anisodie hunu no de ade ba se wan mo ade no de wura me hu se eye ampase nipa na bebo man a at the end of the day no wo kasa ade no nya no it will go against you anya bi na akoto bi former president babi obi amechia no John Dramani Mahama babi obi amechia no tama okoto accident no oye bibia se as a Ghanaian as a leader na obie akwani shirt no obi also yemfra wan yemfra na ambulance no.
You see, Abu, yenye ya say ye Ghanaians. Ene amanfo ani ti o politics no. Ene senya wo kwa na wo a ye beka to say enya wo di nipa no. Enye nya ketwa. Nti misremeka we dey me dey proper kwam.
Okay.
Say ye nuan mu mutu pragya ene bobo ya no we no. 3 ties, 2 ties. Enye den timi struggle ka Abu me try say me seven kwala no because me o di bobom me kan me trust me si one bet ade nya me se beba de beba ti momu ba bi mu da bia momu speedy covid na momu abusuafo so
okay okay sorry me ntie wa asem no crowd kafra nana otetio su kokobin the second wa ha asem we da me kan me trust bia me kan yes remperufo se pagafo na ebobo ya no mu di traffic so dia eno mo hwe ho ase because me ba bia me fa bia nana wo mu niso overtaking basa traffic light aso no mu twam nana machia wo
mira mejoso na me dazo so amama kwanya no pay ena me banananka me modi ni ye kakra but I say me ba studio ha ya dade me ba na mo wadwen papa na nem de ba me ba na me ni ajepa
are o ma asem na ma wura ho na asem be
o ma asem de se mi duana no ne di kan me ma no ko se ma na frimu so enyo bia na kwansi ato na osamba nti me ma na frimu nti ho de me nuane no na me chopem so Santimera.
Money ana mo lances kwara na age ni start from saying.
Na mentia me ba.
Okay.
So man tia ni here samamre kwasuntia. Mintimi nim komo bla mentia fie mpanifo.
No kwa.
Smacha Santimera wie no. 242 na premiura unkwaso. Na makoti no makoti osaje for motive for penny. So PC e bia kra obi ano peso metia no. Na fi ma ba won sem no so nkatenkete. Udim naso. Sa woni ka ne nantempe. O hwe benku hwe ni fasa no watwam. Ana me bo ana. E kwa no so ya chemu mienu. Mienu ni achemu no. White no so mienu ntem. Enso ho na mo yusu. Obi ehu. Bade ebre mre pemu no. Emre bi be ama obi ehu ba. O ma also obeje license. Obeye den. Or the name Amia Diani bin Kusi or the Coco bin a coye and or the befi. I mean a whole lot. What I say, Mtimufo said no dear or mind very big issue. And your hand quite a bit in a day.
But I don't want to be so one number who not to 8 years ago when you know what
I don't make canon. So only and to bed then one man who to me off and corride it. Only panoni. I'm running to Ruma. I'm running to only panini 18 and mano. It will be then akola obe 12 years. Sometimes 13 who be.
Ejina so be a civilian na obi nam no hu so hwakura no suni ba do nkura na be set ba ho ne tibia na otumi se akura de be 18 years onya onipa no nya dai
onipa na wo hu ni
o suspect say onipa ni nya 18 years no
minia say any no report to my police. That would be the best thing because ontimi ko yin nsi police no report to my police. But the law say he who alleges must prove. So it also makes sure say Assembly Okokano Ubenya home supporting evidence. Now they are my police in and so I'm taking it from them. But what just say. And you have to also make sure say you assist the police with investigation. Because on the Assembly boy in here. You have to assist them to also get to the conclusion of the whole thing. No. Minia. Yemi ayo be kasa fa
na wadaruma ode mama menyi misi camera na baby a person de fa no
empanyifo se wote fa kwa na wote wade so eno nti na Jimas Recruitment Tourism and Sports Consult companies and
healthcare ay resabia fufura abepi kumasi kuimu any odium quantum ponoso se ye dwunso mu yade ifunu yade okanimfo a mo prostate mu ehaw ne ade hepatitis ulcer ana bibia no eno nso ye wonimdefo a mo nso so apadare e wo saa ayaresa ne nyina ye wo scan center eno nso so ye wo scan machine a ye abefu se eye awo nso so na wo ga eno nso so oba spark a eno nso ye wonimdefo a eno nso baboa ye adoctorfo a wo ha na agi titiye e wo Ghana eni ewiase afana nyina oba na se wo hia massage na na se apomutretene a eno nso so ye wo obi wo ho no a ono nso wo training mapapa fi amanone ye wo nuro ahodo nyina fo ye yade a ye triti wa ha bia Spark Healthcare ye se yade no ebetu afiri woni padua
Fresh Spark Healthcare wo numbers ya wo TBC
Dr. Solomon Asaka ne hubi eye Solak Natural Clinic ehode ye mfa yare enko ensan fa nkofie bie na latest clinic hode ense wani ense wo ka kire kra oba opa wo be ma wonya low sperm count say yes yare waposo na yawo afi prostate enlargement any na infection bia aba prostate ne mu de Solak Natural Clinic ebetenete na ba diabetes any koko ani obi a woye kese aboro so a ne nyina ehun nro wo ho a ebetuma ma wanya fa hodie prekope ene de yenkochinchiri pi enkose sika kwa ebra Solak Natural Clinic ewo ho a won be ma wa yaresa papa ne bo san dafo se ba machines papa na owo ultramodern diagnostic machine ana obetime di ahwehwe omu ehun yade bia e hawo ebra wo mre ho kra wo san wo body mass index machine a wo de behwehwe ni paduanum ehun se bibia enso adeda na kwem osan wo liposuction machine a yeboa ma obi a waye kase aboroso no eyiyi srade nyina afri ni paduanum Solak Natural Clinic asan de massaging machine a betima miamia wafri wutiri so akosi unase ama honam asisi hunso ye pa ema obi anada o hwehwe omo a fo ni kire kentenkro no omo ne show filling station no ene di nhwane mu ana frɛ 0241 590 837 0241 590 837 Solak Natural Clinic. Ayaresafie papa no.
Michael, what's supporting the new system? Yeah, Mama Michael.
But you are Tony near.
Let's not go be able to go in the
Because supporting my business for your new system. Hey, I saw a Michael t-shirt. My t-shirt. The cover of the funk, I know. Your t-shirt will go, mommy.
Boss, champion, Mr. Willie one.
Okay.
Michael, supporting the new system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A quality product from Joy Herbal Center. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
21st Clinic a sciatica expert. Sciatica expert a 21st Clinic. Ye hon ye dia bibidro esa oyare wo ba. Ya yo lab test na wie no. Ye be ye o massage bi a wo ba wi asokra wo nya bi da. Ye wi de wato machine so. Ne dia bibidro ne dia wo no. Enti wo to ase ho no enti ne wo ho no. Esane fa wo srem wanase wo nantu nyina fa wo nanso ho nyina no. Sa ehun teche mape nurse wo die mia. Ye friend sciatica. Na wo mo ye expert e wo Ghana ha no. E 21st Clinic. Ye wo more than 10 branches e Ghana ha wudu sunya ne ye nie kumase enkran baabia say ye bia foforo e wo tadi ma efie kuma number 9 ho na sciatica expert 21st Clinic adwuma obetimi afre wo frɛ number no branch na ben wo ne a kyerɛ wo na wo kɔ hɔ 0540 311311 0540 311311 sciatica expert 21st Clinic.
Victory, edu papenie. Victory, edu papenie. Victory.
Hey, no one I'm gonna 2 months for doing kunima victory, sir.
So you really not your swatch. You know victory garlic mixture. You're going thing.
Hey, and the victory garlic mixture. Let me join the celebration.
That's all.
Yare bakwa ehaya mema pa especially ya 40 years and above no e fire prostate ho obetumi nya prostate enlargement and after prostatitis se wokwa yare sabia na e ka chew se wo PSA level e ko higher kai na hu se wo prostate no ho ya tochema se hu se wo chim ansa na wadwonso wo dwonso na emu apai anaso edu anadwo a wo ta dwonso a ene kai na hu se wonya prostate disorder. So to me didi and answer what tatinate in wapum and answer when your daily supplement via a bit to me aboa ama prostate no edina na nice somebody man church way a natural company one day pros love capsules a boa mberima prostate 2 man and a dinner capsules a boa emba a feature call over to me afro.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, good papa.
Ganabam, if your apostle, your waist, all your body, you make bazaar.
Thank you so much.
What are you doing? Ganabam! To wait here from doctor no. Where you there? What must I do? 20 cedis. This is Tiabako. Ganabam! Yanto Ematuha. I first at Tiabako. I first will be 20 cedis. Hey, doctor. Nemo, say we Ganabam come. And I who is it? And I who is it?
When you're fantastic. Say, dear, we in charge when you feel one cassansa. Losing the layman capsules. A mouse is in go to my head thing. No bread you must saw with shankasanka. Nana, no, near.
So, Lawson Locke Minister and the CCO. I'm also what if you want take your free to come to I say for semi boom round see dear someone. Me matentia Lawson Locke Minister.
Lawson Layman Capsule.
What your bem
more than a love. Lawson Locke Minister.
Lawson Layman Capsules.
Do you know what you feel?
Delay man capsules and men didn't fear do what they cronk one and a law care mixture so a pay for a ma woman no for anyone I want in fear do what chain son come FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crater you mo adja to muse a ye.
Company Limited at the Sales Strength Capsules Abejaso. Now, with the Plus Lab Capsules work home, what did not capsules a home? I know the true man capsules a New York. Now, I remember premature ejaculation and NT career MPP second vice chair. I would just say NDC4 suffer from political premature ejaculation. And it's your true man capsules. Now we know so. It's remember bro any true man capsules no. President capsules no ye mo amojonso a mo how ewo mo ojonso a wo chem ebu a wo bre emeye ebua pa. O pese o immune system no so kwaso a cell strength capsules no eno na ebua no to dinat ni bi e de piece no awie ye kra. Naturally company no mecha nupa na Ghana fana be pia obenya bi to drasto e ben no bowura ho na ekope bi to 0249 017101 0249 017101 Nana
Ira
Bernard and Chibuasi Akochama say our church munana I depends where hemo
ayo
so one yare about the chama
abubra
say sabeto bentia ba yes ne ba bio no
Bernard and Chibuasi Akode no break him Chama Wontumi the chairmanship na odi
breaking him
et se send na nado da kwa kufu ado di president break amem
to
so do mama de break amem
break race be abem
but tie na nado da kwa kufu ado amem no break amem oto aso sa so tiase sa na Bernard Ntubosi akọ ni chairmanship no odi ni 3 e bo se amase no odi ni 3 na odi no ebom
etuom
etu no grad in term of office near 12 years ebom bibia sa na tie asese ne sa ntini de ne so obedi o breaking bem no atwaso Bernard Ntubosi akom next year by this time next 4 years by this time one na break 8 no etu no de end break him na ya ho
enti to delegate for no for
delegate no
omo asante be jihana
ebi ni ho say tienye say Ashanti region delegate him afa na MPP be say
sure
and say enu no na Ghana ni bia be qualify to be ntino Bernard Ntubosi akwo we edwamufo man ko abeto am 100% asa na magazine
101.3 Wontumi
asa no ho fe
nyamensa
ana ne ho so ha fe ni tino Bernard Ntubosi chama Wontumi asa na meka yo
na sa wo kra o onya ba sa
ya na dani kom na mi papa
ka se was chama ho fe na ho fe de yes be so nice guy
anu to aba
a nice guy
Bernard Ntubosi akọ
a fresh guy
chama Wontumi ahwo fe to aba na se do yi ni to be line be tu o na be hu Bernard Ntubosi
Bernard kwani de o de say
tino ya me kan say
Bernard Ntubosi akọ
Ghana for na de Wontumi ba because Asante Mine a different class of people coming together more or less like a cosmopolitan area, right? It's almost that they want to me air to us. It want to be the end of breaking him. It will be a whole Ashanti regional chairman, the Minyabone, Sabre, they will be in Cajon. Sabre, where the Bernard Ntubosi could get the bomb back. So at the Asania, Nanado ni Baumia, the end breaking him. Immediately after Nanado, where Baumia, straight breaking him. Ya wie Baumia, sir. Now before flower dream be so no so about the president be there no aba say hot here mama fancy so come 2025 Ghana press 2025. That's not me room anymore. That's all the other had. Me room anymore. It's just some me can hear. Me say my friend Yankoma 2025 president. What I say? Your friend Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. One na Ghana for the nako. Me more MPP party din. Me say one na Ghana for the nako. Because one aso for be bramu ji ni tumu no. Aso for nyom na MPP for. Mama ya Ghana for nti o ma gina tum. Me ma me no dwomfo agina tum. Asukofo agi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia atum. Journalist for agi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia atum dia. Me ne wana me nyini tum. Enuti no mame nchia ba bia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bia wo. Na obi a odene na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia te campaign team. Ye di kan no kra bia nim. Ni kra bia nim. Me na mete be campaign team mama Bawumia. Bawumia ultimate campaign team. On the concentrate on the Nanado ye. No one make sure say obe campaign they take it on Nanado dan kwaku for do nyuma pentino. On your politics o. Osori no pa ne o ya ne say obe ko ni roho no akokoto no. Ahombrasie. On say Nanado man din. O say the first class assistant. Ne hu brasienti odi Nanado ati. Bawumia ti campaign team bia. O ti campaign team bia ya me o tie to so kokoben. Ba for me. And I'm meeting campaign team at the Ama Bawumia. Jeti a meeting the Ama and say, "Oh, since so bro, temoa." And when you koko, Abu, ube you journalist not to tell what be journey be. As it says, I campaign with trainer econo and yet drink it one. The Dika baby a doctor in Indian will be about to much home. Abu, I know I say idea because we Ghana. Confobi ante.
Mencha Ibra. Mencha Ibra na betu ase asem no. Em sensem bi pepe won abedu asem but retired Methodist bishop bi. Na no tuka ba ha. Eno yes e person no hia. Wasi na ni je ho pa na de wusi kasa kokoduro mu no. Corporate number. Bada no me frɛ wan so menyan. Nso so bi pa isa me frɛ wan sa. Etina me frɛ wa se Methodist bishop ni so upon number nti metimi dia man make us say kwa show I will tell you me so kan what say me do tuen wo say wa yada wa ma ka do papa so for say the way we see kasa ne akokoduro mu no wo say are una wo jeje press wo ne de ne aso sa bra ne wo wa na jeje de sa na me nyata fight lieutenant Jerry John Lawrence Grenadier na me ne sa me ne Africa 47 dia me kobi. That's how Grammy Chow 2 years. Oh, yeah, maybe Abu da maybe come as a man. And to be said, yeah, the kind of number the man. Sure. You're talking me, I am on Kai and Pai Bomb. Okay. What I say? No, Kai Pai Bomb, so I former President John Dramani Mahama. I am on Mobi Man. Nani hu nyame papa ya baba 20 years wo dem kwate mama minia Rachel Kwaba Rachel na tsen Yankopada bibia hye ye de friends of the generals of the generals okay of Napo generals of Napo bibia boko abu akonya o dem mamfa chia kese ema ewura otikoko so ewura stumfo se tutu bibia na wo bia no pe ma na chene ma no piao na so as ewura nim dia nim nyansem no o wa ahemfo de mpanifo be bromo bo na chidoma omoso masanteman ene Ghana mai ni titiri baafo mawre hene baafo hyiaman baabi abaafo bia na no penso me manachi woni dwuma pa odima asanteman de boy ro tumfo ene Ghana mai ana baafo da de so aba baafo Kofi Atobra ono so baabi obi me manachi ana baafo nso ase
101.3 Wontumi radio nyamensa wo
na Wontumi atiefo no Wontumi ahwefo nyina so baabi obi bia obia no ya chia obi bia ya chia kese ba ko pa nkoma ya de nyina the governor, the only governor in Ghana politics, Chairman Wontumi, maybe will be also a chiano. Said there, Nana, or tear to a chairman. On no chairmanship, they break in the moon. I am to also continuation. As I saw the FM continuation, and to us now to us because say break Ibama MVP party is break. Say break a bad chairman, Wontumi chairmanship in one MP party no breaking swabem. Breaking Subama, that's NDC never take you back. Because NDC for no Musuro, NDC as a party, no Musuro be as MPPO. But Omusuro chairman, Wontumi. MPP for no. Nipo Musuro the Kasip our party, ma, Omukra campaign. They say, NDC for that say underground campaign, chairman Wontumi. A man for a campaign, chairman Wontumi, you bet tunu, ye in floor. Many NDC because she didn't come on, chairman Wontumi, the way I done, Bondo Musuro, the idea of so betunu, on betunu, NDC has more count. betu it say NDC for MPP for mo sorry say delegates yo so mo bie mo mabuno obi am sorry Chairman Wontumi enema Asante Mantu Asante Mantem abato ye de because maybe a twam ne ntimi nto ba Asante Mantem ye hyedem ye suro ehu aboye ba nakoko duro enani e den enoma Asante Mantem ntimi to aba eti MPP for mabunu delegates for omo koto aba na mo omo nwin obi obetimi compromise because man share na dimpa ba and this for me very influential katashi ni ene ade ni sika on be dada o usika be na beto Chairman Wontumi asembe na be ka ma Chairman Wontumi obeti aka cho send this oba ono John Domani mama no na ni hia
Wontumi radio nyame
enti Wontumi nga say oba na ni and this for Wontumi nga say omo ko Wontumi ani na kodi nkomo ba omo ko fend ba furo ba ni akọ no ye be cha no ma compromise ni akoye na ede break the 8 no anya successful and I say bia MPP party no omo ntimi anto aso enti yemfa enchia kese nso ma Chairman Wontumi na abu minu ababa akutie me ohima kakari akomia eye ono de share baby obi anso mechia no ene anopay na akonya odi ama yabu Chairman ma so me ma free mu see there
na asem na serious pa na say ono ase wafa no sa trash aba asema accident asiama esum na obesum so we che omo me committed say accident e nko za nko dade man so gina home o say no one exist no besa aba wo hwe ne car no na hwesi de ye na ono amu kra ne ho dodo no kakra na stay no so obesum we dedicated to the country Ghana so and so enipa bi hu MPP4 nana de dia me kasa ne say Chairman ma GCPP ni ana awesome Ghana so awesome Ghana na party bi na teso it means that more party ni din but ni pa bi hu no adwuma o ye ni pa bi hu na so ono so GCPP ni hani GCPP no na say ne fact better o he no yo hia bi o de man ka ya wo ka gro ya wo sende kwa wa be so doctor en lat no goro na unu sa no we boosted
this is party be na teso
nya party teso ase
be asem bisa party be na teso ase government party be na teso ase
aban wo so ye MPP aban
ho am na bo am MPP aban ba so
nya Ghana fo nyina
ho am na campaign kese
MPP fo nyina na campaign
enti ba je Chairman ma anya campaign
me say MPP fo ye campaign enti obi
anya campaign Chairman ma ye campaign ma NDC fo TV ba be ka che say onya careful o ye campaign e che onu krabo so o ye campaign ma NDC fo e ma ye warning
but chama o kai dey me support 500 Ghana debate my abo no
ati enya hwe
me support 500 ka no media ma bose ba so onfoma amanfo bia na ye contribution ye donation ye fa support animu no adwudwi pa na retailers na tete
sa ti Chairman ma
kakra no me ya bobe 2000
that is it
we concentrating na
wafa so
okay
yama Chairman ma ono amu sese de ahode wo ho nyanya da ma ana aye kwahia na esi ya no se manafum no mo pray nya so ye bom pa se 20 point ensure mo de na abu wadaruma enchia nyina kowie no ma menchia ewura ma ti poku prempe napo baby obia no yama na che na
enra me wo hwa nse na Italy for ne Italy ne Spain for match ne mu worship na we na yesi area ha mudum no yesi ngofo bi so na po abesraye
me ba na ka sem chiro we de na po omo for na de dia me ka
me ba asna mi producer edigrade na popa ayura ne ma charo besraye
abu me tia
ni report ya to so okay na po de so bi ni na dada
uni de tia me tia no UN Adorma nya appointment as honorary and emeritus of United Nations Sustainability Development Solution Network. I'm friend mission 4.7 high level advisory as you see on that board no so enti baby a ira na po nyuma pa wo ye nti ye bona baso generals nyina eta na chi
me ba cho Mr. Chairman Kofi Usuma agenda na ma set no fa enti se oka no woye wie na sika be ka kire bia no Pato from Adia Brem. Because I'm for the messages about Yando, a constituent where treasure Asqua, right? Edema MPP, treasure was one who supported 200 Ghana cedis. Over the Abanti, more Besam support to a more may line, more fantasy. Edema, Tini Canina. Praga for ne Abubo Yavoma June. I didn't who any moon. Any moon na Sunday and Saturday. Saturday. Oh, okay. Hana who danger pa damage no. 19 pounds. I want to boss it. Yes, Financial Secretary, Asukwa constituency, communication team member, Paul Kwabena Yando, also about 200 Ghana cedis. More contribution, Bia, Mumfam 024 77606002 024 77606002. What test here? No, I can say only through Hoba 024 77606002 024 77606002. Wa beso boa uma na was na nimu no. Em say na dey was aboa 200 2000
we are Medina Dr. Mahmoud Bawomi anem. Na yama yako.
3.3. Wontumi radio. Na mensa wo.
Ko doctor so otie be ano. Na match no boss em repem no ko doctor office ba.
Obeti enka.
Sa pia.
Ati ba we di anshase na.
Chase.
Na me chase mfiri nana be chase na MPP NDC for demonstration. Omo say ay kama na foot soldiers omo NDC for mo ebuafu. Unse no na demonstration e kwaso no. Amanfo nam for mo a emfifirati wom no. Na se di nkati ateka asoro. Ana wotem. Anu nu we amanfo nante no be no relax. Ana otikam nti opese o kasa na kire wom.
Amo me da say na nu awuni bibi. Anya demonstration e kwaso o. When I catch a war, and this year, see, I don't get your pen up, Pamono. And to walk over big and what the game not minimum, as you say. And then, of course, no, Massa, Yatragan had you political strategy, the tricks in the Obu. And yet demonstrating in Omukoye, na ya krofua NDC for abom mutimu pose on be pamo mafia e dey from akonya so sem krofo no e na mo kwasram wa Ghana for enya demonstration hwa yet Ghana ha 2016 omu lusu ye no 2017-18 omu start ade bi near friend unity walk okay abu unity walk unity walk no e na omu timi sa fa mabiem e be so fra ho ya ma Oko Fred JJ Nkrofo Omuma. Oko Fred Kwaku Anu do ho fiu. Aloteje Oko Fred na ho fiu. E ti say no anu ni ho no. E de na beba. And this is so kwa battle. Na asema si adun ketia. Journalist kobu sa no kan ya. Eye mawre wo pa. Asedun ketia pesa o kire se. Anya bia demonstrators no. Omi ya COVID-19 patients. Ana omo ko demonstration no. Sana si rupa so kire. Was it the no take no? Doctors advise say obi a wadi say yes and above no. Say ni pano, it's likely so between COVID-19. Now no wadi say yes and above. And I was saying when you say, or see from a Ghana for any best selfie. On better selfie. Now many need that selfie, no the COVID-19 I know. Oh, I see you do. Sasama Mati say I'm bad. I see you don't get no man in ye. Not just a say Katia, say I'm Padia, now near Yalifo, and a court demonstration. Is that what you are telling us? Say I am Padia, not just only a Yalifo, and a court demonstration. Because at the end of the battery say, me no am, woman Yalifo, it's me, Mewam, it's me the Matrakamu, now with your man from, it just said don't get ye. Sound Guapo and Yaria, now you are knowing Yaria said Upe. Sara beso trega na fo. Sami ati adun ketia de. Me ba me ho ba free COVID-19 mu. Mo de mo gogo eti mo na fom na mo ka mo fam ho twitwi. Won't Ghana na copy say Parliament House on the 6th of January. Wa mo go to Parliament House ti and COVID-19 spread wa mumu. Enya sa na yete no. Enya sa na yete no. And I said, Parliamentary Service Board, so can I do demonstrations. Who is your Katia and now say, Akotadia and now say, and also when you won't Wawa Pamo, that said, look at someone who can't Wabudia, Wawa Pamo. So when you did any Pamo, just say one wago, who to be until a demonstration to it's one trap or got so track him. And I'll take him when I tell Sanoma and I wouldn't ya. I said, what tell Sanoma and I wouldn't ya. When the demonstration, medium who saw the country training pom.
Wontumi radio.
What the network country training pom, who I said, I didn't know Musiasi. I will say a fixed word. Minia, Abunamuzo pay justice.
March for justice.
March for justice. Maybe I am free.
Na omo some power pongotwe ene koma nana de nkokufu ade bi koma parliamentary so say the see wo adwira the see e wo eye banda the see wo ododododo the see wo abrekuma central the see akosunya na ban no hwe no mpe justice ma o mafei wonya posifo ne asojafo no munye omodwuma asa ban no interfere and afei judiciary onya wo no munye independent no motimi nyo omodwuma na afei ne manifesto no a promise Ghana for on only so now onya respectful and truthful to the citizenry and your point here omo keka say abano henu ni so any other issues are almost say
sir and some of the call parliament no say some when na say dun ketia ka ho no say no say no say dun ketia na wo ka demonstrators am di niam akoye no
yeah
say dun ketia no ne ho aye me nwanwa papa hwawuni bibi ye wo Kumasi me koma on NDC regional office wo say dun ketia nim ye boni nua ba kuto say dey say dun mi hu da so we demonstration for that person. Baby, I am so be on Yago for this crazy. Me person people say do ketia. I no pay say. Nanim ye born to thing. Am I no odwane. Boy na ye born in two no. I say do ketia. What's the justice amano? And now why any day? Abu, I want a say do ketia to come and answer this question. On to me na dem crofo. A say do ketia. Not doing no, baby, ultimately not them crofo. Me catch no plane. So what Bakumasi Kofro be Babamua. So in the meeting. In the course of the meeting, your body to a kunum. Not a single day. I will call a demonstration. So security justice at Yamano. And I said, don't get Yama security justice Yamaway. On Yakupon, obet you don't get Yaka. So I seek justice, maybe I found my boy noir. Your body to your friend Abdul Wasihu.
On one gas and a chrome, honey.
Sakwa. What did you papa be a wee? Or relax it. Tuakasa. Tay, Yakuno.
Once the kid just a more.
I said, look at ya. Once the kid justice, Amano. Ah, now and quanta DC. And quanta 2014. Wapon Befie, Nifia one year born in 2 Now I said, don't get your then the general secretary. I said, what's the justice Amano? What I said, don't get is doing is a clear selective justice. Now on your good person, because your good person, fairness. So what I say, and then you said, don't get ya a twat when he wants to get justice. Amano. Ah, now at the grass, we, Yahoo justice. No. Atamos I said look at ya. Satamos wo we. So I told the corner we so I'll be a boo no kuno. So then I see ye. I said look at what seek justice amano. And now seek justice amaway. So about seek justice. And my uncle here. I said look at ye. And yes selective. But obia bibia to the year. If you say MPP time, I'm a demonstration. And my boy be said and I'm so I'm a capture home. I want to find out.
David.
I said don't get here, Papa Penny also when
2012. Nipa bi kwa demonstration. Approach for to 2 many people and free mo under the watch of John former President Mahama. Oman siki just a man sankara no. Nipa me nsano.
What you say? Na say nay e say don't get here bekate Ghana for say. Ni see one onu animu no. Onu animu no. And they on pay justice. Na ni see what baby no unim. Say if NDC is fighting for justice, me know what we are doing, but the justice should cut across board. Ya identify Ghanaian bia ya hwani na ya who how I bet me are dealing with the issue. But so singing out somebody. Now we want him near cool no one him there. What's the other who here? I said don't get ya no there. And who here no there. And the next don't get ya in 10 years. Okay. It's immediate. Ya me son say. And your demonstration no mo call ye. Yeah, Pamasio don't get ya. Pamu gidi. I want na benum. And what paper bidding who about that? And I said, who go for Kaya day? I don't know what you said to get your uncle. So I said, no, baby, or walk. So I don't catch a gun for. Or said, no, baby, exercise. And to kind of associate way, I said, you can take COVID nothing but a bay. And by a move was saying, get your demonstration. You won't demonstration. And now who say your life is a danger? Yeah, Pamo friend this him, and I'll obey your way. But Miss Seminianum, I almost said, don't get here. Papa only be papa be a mamo. Was one men na go abrochiri. And all you sumo. Sabi mo mo you sumo.
Mukwano we ko prayer.
Mo sumo demo ho. And this for me mo sumo bom ho modin. Mo mercy adun katia sumo because he has nothing better to offer you people. The only time we hear mo and it's every way. Now was expecting say kese do be krane manaba. Normally did demonstration. No afro for swap for mano. Normally did demonstration. One from I dare cause you Ghana Henya and another dank Kufuadwe. Every baby Tom. Nanado. I just see I for swap for and some also about mana on governor Wama. Nanado I don't have question. I didn't cost woman. Bibi Gozo.
You just saying
also about mana on governable. Define the word ungovernable. Define the word ungovernable. Now who say I don't have a panic. Truly, is it happening? Pakukran were free. What I say? Any to me. And some more kind any to me. A kunkum beba. A kunkum ba. A justice ba. A justice ba. You better do the 24th term and then when you Chief Justice. When you Chief Justice. Even in the House of Parliament.
We are Mama Kai Bra, yes, Christo say, or Banamaya to me, and you may be yes, you know, and some more, I can, and one day is here.
And I bless one, Madame Foss and another Danko Kufuado. Media Samba Kutuanum, Nana Sandy Clamp, Bomba Nana Danko Kufuado, Wadaroma, what the ordinary Yamidi because you said a battle of the Lord. Declare Bomba Ghana. Not the Yama Pai body never for some of the so. Nancy Seno, send a fire my cano. Na Nancy Seno, as a ponia, what plan a question, and one a question. Bago Greenfield.
But I say, we a chairman. And I know Tetu Kokobe the second. Government watcher, and no, Paul Kwabna Yando, Financial Secretary as a constituency, communication team member. I send a boy, now Oduso was sending about 202 Ghana cities and was sending Edia Banyamin Shop. Chama number also 0244 782052 0244 782052. Between Subibi Afade Amachama na Bibia Kama. The danger of Chama Kano still ano Bia Ubese Chama no be supposed to kakra. Now the man Chama. Mami na ye kai mo say ye pe enipa aduonu tipper truck drivers mako na mu yie kacha munum ka ne twie no mukra mo lances a ekore nya de awu lances a ekore ta e would be bana afi wo de ID card nso aka ho na wo de abaha erinti no bomadina ye peripa aduonu tipper truck drivers eni ehiam sisia Wontumi ha ebo anopa duba kuya bra na eni penfo obi ana dwuma na brisoko etumnum ka ne twi na ukra ID kasa na odiaba anopa ya duba ko bra ya nipa 20 ena ya pementi wa mantemu abeba na ya de womo sen eno so ne de betimi aka e de achem chaman
ya abu
na omo demonstration no so kwa de nyade abeko
Why
demonstration no be match for justice no.
I say enya nya o be ko
Mean say be an ka be dwen
NDC.
Aye.
You see ma men ko chia menua MC Madam Helena Pia na menchia MDC sia omie former and no mu no say pre akwanse nyankopon ebe president ebe bo omudina omasa aba abu me ko chia menua seus. You see NDC omie very smart oh no ma be ho and almost smartness no ejina babi mienu ejina asiedu ketia so ene sa jina the former president mama eso and abu aso making say the end discuss omuko march for the justice now tema no muka say yebe demonstration for yebe ID card any demonstration you mutu ni di baby and then unity work no yebe election no here demonstrations be bamu yada demonstration am catch am say ya mo so mo hwe said the Ghana esi welcome mu no mu hwe omu achitafo no say youth no eda pa omu a no much and make omu show mu strength enye hokwe match justice for ever here. You see adura sam na me pese be kabi but am say you know Richard send video be ma MCR ima say ombona yentie obi a okasafa adura we ho now you see NDC we ade bia omu na say committee o made start that way
nobody should commit
it's a
committee process
ajura
day 2 no mo sha ase Shanti Regional Minister ene copy ase a
me pass say ombe ye nyina nim say o hwe your friend say ye wura se dun katia now say and then the competitor meaning say
the competitor no han
kia na kiwe baba DJ Bomnyum minua your friend say otukono
Peter Boama otukono
and say how or you vibrant anyhow as he say no omu bia no ono na lead no as you do ketenim say he's fading up from NDC race no seriously and sanity because say oba catch me say COVID-19 ti and na otini kam a oba say John you know what come stage no so
na man vo dinati
no stage no so the make a church say the thing is I did the term crown what did the supporters not them
former president Mama Kobi Aden Wanko
why
because Aden Wanko because omu ye they also fighting for you to become president it is a one journey a person say
abu in politics so say and this for constitutional now say MPP for constitutional obi on the constitution yes you are constitution as a leader of the party no say you to about we are only leader bim chairman
now you become a member of the
party chairman na we be sitting now so the make catch say until the chairman general secretary no be deep party be fabiano on is over the make catch say and John the man mama emso mso yini sinchen enye hard oya na me ma achedun katia we so me offer the tieni say opese ohwe se Ghana for penana se NDC for penana because adena woni youth apia ko babi wo say your friend say coronavirus na so woni say NDC for coronavirus ana wa say John who say oni omuko your friend say demonstration eto mu ko no mu say for coronavirus no ensa cause spreading the office abu ya be catch what I say obu your friend so me join him na wodi atem na ohwe nipo mu koye no abu o de omundu 2000 and 3000 mama mu 100,000
o
me say ochi me say me mama mu
na omo so ono bedu ayukra
abu analysis bi na me mama mu 100,000 and I was a match for justice and this for across the nation and eba and to the fa aswase any adura
drobonso
no dubiase na come boom population voter population do munya no na fa compare na this for make kire say and the other regions not reject you mana because when into no ebeka enye adura some into no mere amuka so mko match for justice and any politics any check over bia and omu se manfo nyati
101.3
abu enye na expose former president say asent okoto asenso a oye ne nyame so ade a afi o qualify there
ambulance.
Eti so to Ghana na o kase free SHS na do de bae enye one support here na woni ahiafo a mo ti kromani o madi niye enne se yehu se ade bi twam na yehu kom ekom eba season bia Ghana tie shortage of food no be be kase yenye plenty for food and jobs on support here now which kind of leadership and how they back Ghana enne so we see ye didi aduane na yentime to na SS no asai na ni ba bi store no a na obi ye bi na we see on support ya na we de Ghana na person building and this adie bay na me so person mu kache Ghana for so metimaye but Yamisha Nanado Babi Obio on advice president Nana Mesubitani say 2025 Dr. Mahmoud Bomia will be the president of this nation. And I'm telling you today
1.3
Doctor a collaboration with Wontumi.
Yes.
Abu was striker or show goals 1 match by 10. No only a good defender and that's a good goalkeeper. You better show 11. And to Dr. Kono with that or no Wontumi no, I'm telling you, you better say the politics. Yeah, yenuanmo omushe no mumutie. Politics ni edu da bia. Yan fa school no entonche ni enhwe semi predecessor efinya sanso we ade. Abu Wontumi eyo obi a. So kese o kan wasema. I tell you say enko obi a MPP for owie ni term of Ashanti region so abra yamfa no si national chairman. I tell you said na jeje AC build friends and this oka say ono o gidi o mansimo no ento mo bi an contestant no oye bi o ko for dua meboa enti me bi me beka ashedu ketia mi an me be fa chairman de na media collaborating with Dr. Mahmoud Bomia de no. And this is what I'm telling you today. Audio Busa say, the next elections, no, national executives, no. Right? I'm telling you, where are you vibrant? Otukono, Aseru Katia, Usru. Chairmanship, no, Aseru Katia, so Azum, alleged also a copeno. And the first of Bongfu, alleged also a copet 2024 a French presidential candidate.
So about when
and the Obianwa Okase Bibia alleged says
Okujeta black one so say nyanokra.
The make what I say Okujato black a black Akaso nyanokra alleged many one can say to the extent say Omuka na voterans yes hadla no mana. And Obianim say yo nipa bia MPP and this so man brandi omua enye Omama so meka so mabedi party anim.
Okay.
The make what I say.
And see, Omudemo no na odi afa NDC for ye.
The monua medicine.
Yeah, busa kwasa at the first ehu hia. Send this grab
and the way we here say. Okay. say NDC for person almost strength and no BN say NDC they are down. OBN say NDC 2024 say do me say lose no imagine about more than 2016. I will make some show. Also pay analysis. Now say the difficulties that Nanado from Yari Abo Nanado and then Yamini Nanado Ebaya. I'm telling you say Ghana and we are doomed.
Yari Abo Nanado
because Abo Ghana COVID-19 Abu said 2016 2017 economy is picking stabilization your macro and micro the big catch say na me chiche no bako akwaso wo yare na wa phone the big catch virus wo no Abu the first thing you should do say o mani pano yare first say aduro na akon virus no ansa na wo man aduane adi amana dey amana ekese the big catch say na do ba e treaty Ghana economy oni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the economic wizard e man be stable e mo bi am say your fundamentals na strong and a fufian tuata yare ba ebebo ewiase nyina enso enne I'm telling you the Europeans and also Westerners they be quite to be sorry and look at what Nanado and Dr. Bawumia omuye Ghana bibia gina kwaso the make out say so wonim how politics ba bia si kwa then you blame this government. And she say they took no and this if one say ya the part and to so me distracted but omo test omo strength because I say don't ketia I'm telling you say ono ofidi up what did you demonstrators na say ono any omo mpanyfo mu ko nyina no omo nim say ade no mu ye no anya ade a eye ade e bebo man eye ade e bebo man na anka NDC said na sikika and no more sisi we NDC time no you can compare and